It's time for Litter Media Live for this Wednesday, May 22nd, 2024. I'm Dan Ramey. Mike Smith is billing me as a liar today.
Only on stories that aren't true. Does that make sense?
Well, the lying part was that earlier in the week, we didn't think I would be here again because of assignments. And
that's right.
Finished an assignment early today, and another one got reassigned. So I'll be here tomorrow as well. So be here for the rest of the week to make sure that we're stable. We were just talking about stability.
You don't think Aaron's stable, huh?
Did not say that at all. See, this is how he starts.
I get it. I get it.
Aaron understands because he was going to be solo tomorrow. So, so that's the.
And yesterday, when I mentioned to him about my assignment being rescheduled Thursday, he sounded as if he was more than happy that I was going to be here and not have to fly.
I was happy for the viewers. They don't want to just watch me.
Boy, Aaron, if you only knew what the viewers want.
And what they really think. They can tell us what they really think in the messages down below here. So feel free to share if you'd like. All right, welcome to the program. Coming up here shortly, we'll take a look at news, sports, and we indeed will have another edition of This Date in History. What year are we going to today?
14. Is that right today or is that tomorrow? 1455. You were just a kid.
I was thinking you were going to 14 BC for a second there.
Yeah, 1455. Sure.
All right, we'll share details coming up. It's worth waiting around for. But first, let's tell you about some of our friends that help share the weather for us. And that is this application we have available for you to look at on our website, littermedia.com.
How long have you been away from the show? Storms possible today. Some of those could be severe. That will go into the evening and possibly the overnight hours into early tomorrow morning. So the thing about this, you're going to get rain and then the sun's going to appear for a couple of hours. Mm-hmm. So we're going to get some of that, and that's not always a good thing because when the sun comes back at it, kind of brews that atmosphere up. So they said that some of the storms that we might have, they'll be more scattered in nature. Not the long line that goes clear across the state, but that'll be here, there, and hopefully it'll stay dry in Pickerington this afternoon.
But it looks like it's going to get windy.
Yes.
Later in the evening Thursday, so you might make sure if you don't have trash in your garbage cans, you better make sure you've got something to weight them down in some fashion.
I was looking at some of the video, Iowa. Oh my gosh, those folks out there have been getting hit by multiple tornadoes since the early spring, and there was another one that hit.
Did you hear about the derecho that hit through Texas yesterday?
No, I did not.
On I think it was Channel 28's news I was watching last night, and there was a 2-story home, three-story home, and all it was just framework. Mm-hmm. So you just had the skeletal portion of it, and it went to the left. Then the second floor went to the left, and then the top floor went to the left, and it just crumbled like a house of cards. Yeah. It was an incredible sight, and I felt really bad for the builders and also the people who are waiting for that home to be built. You know what it's like to watch a home be built, and you want to be in it as soon as you can, and that's going to be a little bit of a setback for the folks over there in Texas. All right, coming up in a moment, we'll get you caught up to date with news. But first, let me tell you about Accurate Heating, Cooling, and Plumbing, your trusted comfort advisor. If you click on this ad anywhere you see it on our website, littermedia.com, it takes you to their website, which is accuratehvac.com. You can find out the many locations they service. It's most of Southern Ohio. So if you want to find out more, visit our website, littermedia.com, and click on Accurate Heating, Cooling, and Plumbing.
It's time to get serious about your lawn. It's time to step up to the best mower brand money can buy. For nearly 4 decades, Skag has been the easy choice for lawn care professionals. Don't settle for anything less than simply the best when it comes to mowing your lawn. There's sure to be a Skag model that's perfect for your yard, big or small. Make your lawn the envy of the neighborhood. Visit your local Skag dealer today. Skag, simply the best.
Find a career you love with Pickaway Ross Adult Education. Skilled trades careers are in high demand with no signs of slowing down. Pickaway Ross offers career training programs with expert instructors and hands-on learning tactics to create a variety of opportunities. Visit our website for more information.
This is Andy Tomlinson. When ensuring what's important to you, our agents are there when you need us the most. Tomlinson Insurance, for the best coverage at the best cost. Visit us online at tomlinsonins.com to learn more.
Haynes-Little Healthcare Center is celebrating 50 years of serving the chiropractic, physical therapy, and nutritional needs of our community. If you click on this ad where you see it at littermedia.com, it takes you to their website to learn even more, hayneshealth.com. Texted back and forth with Dr. Haynes this morning, wishing them well for Thursday and Friday. He and the Unioto tennis team are heading to Worcester today. We'll spend the night, because I think the first meeting they have for the competition, state competition, is at 8 o'clock tomorrow morning at the College of Worcester.
Gotcha.
So good luck, guys. Bring home some hardware. Time for news.
Yes, sir. Paint Valley ADAMH board was with us yesterday to talk about their We Do Recover anti-stigma campaign, and they're seeking people who would like to share their stories. We spoke on our special edition with Executive Director Melanie Swisher and Assistant Director Kelly Dennis about what they're looking for.
I mean, it is stigma, and that's why we're trying to come against stigma, because the truth is people recover from chronic severe mental illness the same percentage, about a third, as if you would compare it to like a chronic respiratory disease. Like the recovery is the same, but we don't have judgment on high blood pressure, and not in the same way that we do with mental illness, and it keeps people from seeking treatment. Some research suggests that stigma is as debilitating as actual symptoms. So it is really important. And I think, we want to combat stigma in a way that's going to work. And really what we're finding out is it's people with lived experience. They are going to be our leaders. They're going to bring about permanent change.
And again, that effort has involved people in the community. In fact, if you go to our website story, you'll see an image that they sent us that has several people. Those are local people that are telling their stories as a part of this campaign. So check that out.
State Representative Mark Johnson held a press conference earlier today on legislation that will soon be introduced to assist families in obtaining affordable quality child care. Legislation will establish the Child Care Cred program under the Department of Children and Youth. Under the program, the costs of child care would be shared equally by partnering, make that participating employees, employers, and the department. The Board of Directors of the Chillicothe-Ross Chamber of Commerce has endorsed this proposal, and my initial thinking was, where was this 40 years ago when Dan Jr. was a kid? And we needed that, but it's great for the families who qualify for that, so congratulations.
If it becomes law.
Yes.
Still got a ways to go. Also in news today, the Ross County Historical Society will present a junior member program entitled Planting Worthington's Gardens in partnership with the Adena Mansion and Gardens. The program will take place rain or shine, 9:30 a.m. to 12:30 p.m. on Wednesday, May the 29th, a week from today, at Adena Mansion and Gardens Visitor Center on Adena Road. Program's free for the Ross County Historical Society junior members, but non-members can also get in for $10. There's limited space for the popular program, so if you want to get in on it, register by contacting the Ross County Historical Society.
A large portion of southeast Ohio still does not have access to the minimum broadband internet speed as specified by the FCC. But a solution is in the works. In a matter of months, nearly $800 million from the U.S. Department of Commerce's Broadband Equity Access, expanding broadband infrastructure in parts of Ohio that lack quality internet, and help train this new 5G workforce starting this summer through the new 5G Readiness Certificate, including on campuses at OU Lancaster as well as OU Southern. So and for those of you who don't know, that's OU Ironton, but it's called OU Southern now.
Yep. Join the Pickaway County Park District coming up for a fishing derby at Old Canal Park. That'll take place June the 22nd from 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. You can register now on Eventbrite, and limited spots are available. This is geared for the kids. It's the 5th annual Canal Park Kids Fishing Derby.
We told you about this earlier, but it was rescheduled. This is Adena Mansion and Gardens and a servant's view with Beverly Gray. Bev's been battling some health issues and things of that sort. But they have rescheduled this for Sunday, June 23rd. That'll be at 2 p.m. If you want to find out more information and get signed up, just go to the website, adenamansion.com, or you can give them a call at 740-772-1500.
During Older Americans Month, which is in the month of May, the Ohio Senior Health Insurance Information Program, the state's official Medicare educational and counseling assistance program, has identified 5 trending issues that's helping Ohioans on Medicare to navigate that system. Last year, the Ohio Department of Insurance saved Medicare consumers $37 million through suitable plan comparison and financial assistance identification. They counseled about 161,000 people and welcomed 454,000 people to educational activities. I can tell you that probably later this year, I'll be setting in on one of those online meetings.
Yeah, 'cause there's a lot of us aging.
A lot of us. Well, if you're alive, we're all aging. Right?
Each and every day, but it seems like that line is growing closer and closer and closer.
That's
far
correct.
more quickly than it used to. High school sports, that's part of what we're going to tell you about next in just a moment as the postseason continues for some teams. But first, we want to get to the road report.
I'm going to let you do this one. Maybe you've come across this turbo lane.
Work to install the turbo lane on US 23 at Trigo Creek Road intersection occurs daily during the duration of the project. This is something that has been going on now for the last, about a month or so. And estimated completion is fall of 2024. In fact, it was a conversation I had with Chris Belusik yesterday about this. He didn't know what they were doing. He just knew that there was construction there, but he wasn't sure what was going on, and that it inconvenienced his easy access to Route 23 because he lives down in that part of Ross County. But I told him about the turbo lane, and I said, like what they have at Roselle Creek Road? Yeah, something like that. So that is something that they hope to get done by September.
So it eventually will help his travel to and fro.
Absolutely. Yeah. And getting in and out of onto 23. All right, just ahead, a look at high school sports. But first, Scioto Valley Dumpsters. 740-253-8389 is the number to call for your need for a dumpster, whether it be residential or for commercial usage. You just simply pick up the phone and call 740-253-8389. And someone will answer your call and bring a dumpster to you. When you're done filling it up, they'll haul it all away. Scioto Valley Dumpsters, 740-253-8389.
At Rathkamp Financial, we act as your advocate in all wealth matters. We believe in long-term relationships and working to earn your continued trust with our customized investment solutions. Our greatest satisfaction comes from working with clients for many years and helping them realize their dreams.
I was looking for a first job. I had been babysitting and decided it was something for a little more permanent. It pays very well. It's convenient. You can make your own schedule with the flexibility. That's something that I like. The people that I work with are great. I wouldn't ask for a better crew or management team to work for.
As a basketball coach and a dad, I need to be able to keep up.
Mark came to the Adena Orthopedic and Spine Institute in severe arm pain from a degenerative disc.
I was so confident in Dr. Fleming. He explained everything.
Together, they decided on minimally invasive spinal surgery to relieve Mark's pain and get him back to what matters most. At Adena, we do what we love, so you can too.
High school sports, the postseason continues for some. It doesn't for others.
Yeah. Unfortunately for SVC champion Zane Trace, their baseball season came to a close last night, falling to Fairland by a score of 6-4. The Pioneers actually had a 4-3 lead late in that ball game, but Fairland came up with 3 unanswered runs to end the Pioneer season, but still a sectional title, SVC championship, and a 22-7 season.
How about the township, though?
I tell you what, I told somebody at the beginning, don't take your eye off Huntington. They beat Ironton last night 4-3. The Tigers made it a game late. Huntington had built a 4-1 lead in that game. Ironton scoring 2 late, and I believe they left the bases loaded, 1 out in the 7th inning, couldn't score a run. Huntington wins it. So those 2 teams, Fairland and Huntington, meet at 5 o'clock today at the VA Memorial Stadium for the championship game.
Weather permitting.
They'll play it. Division II.
Unless there's lightning.
Remember that turf out there.
Yeah.
Division II, Waverly edged New Lexington by a score of 3-2 in 8 innings, and Miami Trace knocked off number 3 state-ranked Sheridan by a score of 3-1. So Waverly and Miami Trace play at Ohio University for their district championship today. Now, I'll be traveling up to Pickerington Central this afternoon for the Division II regional softball semifinals. 2 o'clock, Logan Elm takes on Jonathan Alder, and then Unioto and Dover will match up at 5 o'clock, and that's a weather permitting. Also today, Taze Valley takes on Lancaster in Division I. That's at Big Walnut High School for D1 regional semis. And Waitersburg, Notre Dame, Southwestern, and Valley are among teams involved in D3 and D4 action throughout the course of the day.
How can we follow all that, Mike?
One guy can't.
But you can follow on our Litter Media X page.
Well,
because you'll be posting.
I'll have the games that I'm attending. Yes. I can't do them all, but you'll find all of them on our littermedia.com score page sometime late tonight. And there's also track and field going on. D1 and D3 Day 1 regionals are today. D2 Day 1 will be tomorrow.
San Diego Padres came to Cincinnati. They had no offense, thanks to this guy right here. That is Andrew Abbott, and he looks like he's pitching like I throw a pitch, underhanded. This, of course, he's probably had something come back to him and is pitching it over to the first baseman. But the Reds win it 2-0, had a nice little run there early in the contest, and Jonathan India scored the first score, and then here comes a double by Eli De La Cruz, and next thing you know, 1 more run scores. That's all you need. You only needed 1 last night, but they got 2. Happy for that. They'll go at it again tonight in Cincinnati. And the Guardians edge the Mets. 7-6 the final there. The Guardians now with 32 wins on the season.
They're hot, man.
They are.
See, with that win, now I think they've won 12 of their last 17 and 5 in a row.
Yeah, they've been getting it done. And you can say that Tony Francona laid the foundation for that, but of course he's no longer the manager, and the new guy has got it all going. So congratulations on, if you're an Indians fan, a Guardians fan.
Guardians fan. Used to be Indians.
A former Indians fan.
Right.
This date in history on the way.
Ancient times, 1455. Also, we want to tell you about our great sponsor called Litter Quality Propane. They've been around for 92 years, serving propane users in southern and central Ohio. Reliable supply, reliable service, reliable people. Litter Quality Propane.
For transportation options in Ross County, call Ross County Health District's Mobility Management Team, 740-779-9652. Each week, Litter Media presents the Neil Coleman Insurance Wyandotte Mutual Player of the Week. If you have an athlete to nominate, any amateur athlete is eligible. Simply visit littermedia.com and click on Player of the Week. At the end of the year, we'll announce the Player of the Year. Make your nominations now at littermedia.com. Click on Player of the Week. Are you looking for a beer that satisfies your thirst and love of country? Armed Forces Brewing Company brews beer for patriots. Celebrate freedom with every sip. Armed Forces Brewing Company. Freedom never tasted so good. The Bean Foundation wants to raise awareness about suicide prevention by sharing 988. Trained crisis counselors are available to talk 24/7, 365. 988. Save the number. Save a life. To learn more about the Bean Foundation, created in the memory of Bryant Bean's Butt, just call 740-703-0611. Or you can send an email. If you click on this ad anywhere you see it, all that information is available on our website, littermedia.com. This date in history is 1400s. Is that the Victorian area? Or this is just after the Crusades?
Probably closer to the Crusades.
Okay.
Yeah. Not to be confused with the movie starring Michael Douglas and Kathleen Turner. In 1455, in the opening battle of England's War of the Roses, the Yorkists, sounds like a dog, doesn't it, defeats King Henry VI Lancastrian forces at St. Albans. Isn't that in West Virginia? 20 miles northwest of London. Many Lancastrian nobles perished, including Edmund Beaufort, the Duke of Somerset, and the king was forced to submit to the rule of his cousin, Richard of York. I keep thinking of Bugs Bunny, sirloin and beef. The diagnostic... the dynastic struggle between the House of York, whose badge, go back to the screen, producer, whose badge was a white rose, that would be on the left, and the House of Lancaster, later associated with a red rose, would stretch on for 30 years.
They're pentagons.
I noticed that. I thought, I've seen this picture, only it wasn't this color. So.
You want me to show you all again now?
We'd rather look at this than
Okay.
our ugly faces.
Okay.
But who would think in war that you would use a rose as any kind of a badge? Yeah. But the War of the Roses, 1455.
Those were easier to forge at the last minute.
Probably.
And well, if it was this time of the year, June, roses would have been budding. So.
That's right. Even in England.
Even in England. What a great way to tell one from the other.
Yeah. Wonder how the spies did. You got a red rose on you that I can borrow? I'll take a dozen of those, please.
Yeah, how many guys we got? Okay, that's where the dozen of roses came from.
Yeah, I'll take a dozen red roses, yeah.
Spies went together in.
We thought it had to do with love, and it was actually for war. Yeah.
One for each day of the or month of the year. Golly. You had a special edition earlier today with the Ohio Highway Patrol, so good to see them out and about. In fact, I met them on the way here.
Hopefully you were driving the speed limit.
I was driving the speed limit. I even waved, and then I thought, darn, I didn't have my headlights on because it was raining at the time. So when your wipers are going, see, I always leave my auto on, and when it's dark enough, they kick in. And I keep forgetting that.
Yeah. I learned something about the tinting regulations. I thought that you couldn't have any windows tinted beyond a certain percentage. But they said only you have to have them clear enough to see through on the driver and passenger side. But they said if you have, for example, a temporary plate in your back window and it's so dark they can't see it, they'll stop you.
Right.
Which makes perfect sense. So,
and when you put those temporary plates in there, which is just a piece of paper anymore, it'd be nice if you were to tape the corners, because how often do you see it? Somebody puts it in, it's just kind of limped down and you can't read. In fact, I thought a car, I didn't see a license plate on it, and I thought, hey, they're just driving around without anything.
That's what I've been saying.
And then I caught a closer look, and it was towards the top of the window in the back, and I I guess they could say it was there.
Right.
But even that looked like it was in the line of sight.
Yeah.
So,
but you can see that full interview on our social media, but you'll have a clip of probably Sergeant Brown talking about safe driving, distracted driving, and that sort of thing for the holiday weekend.
quick little meeting on the air. Next Wednesday at 10 o'clock, we will have Jack Schmidt here from Kenworth to talk about the Kenworth Truck Parade, which is coming June 15th. So we'll have the opportunity to learn more about that in studio.
Good deal. I see Jack often at the gym, and when he was just a young kid, he was coming to my house for Bible study when I lived out on Eastern Avenue in Frankfort.
So that's why he turned out the way he is.
I've known Jack for a long time.
You don't know Jack. What are you talking
Jack.
about?
I do know Jack, yeah.
All right, that's it for today's program. Back at it again tomorrow at 11 o'clock with another edition of Litter Media Live. Enjoy the rest of your day.